Sometimes the entire story of a season, all the hopes, all the fears, it can get captured in just one single match. Today, we're going to dive into exactly that. The Premier League opener at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Arsenal. And, well, the massive gap between what was expected and what actually happened.
Forget the first whistle. Forget the first cheer. This is the real sound of a season kicking off. It's not a specific noise, it's just pure, unfiltered energy from the fans on the ground. You can literally feel the anticipation, the chaos, and that raw excitement that football is finally back.
And wow, what a way to get things going, right? You've got Old Trafford, you've got a blue sky, and one of the biggest rivalries in all of football taking center stage on day one. The atmosphere was absolutely electric.
Now you gotta understand, this isn't just your classic rivalry anymore. It has completely evolved. The fans themselves have dubbed it the social media derby. The battle lines get drawn online days, even weeks before the first whistle. It just adds this whole new layer of intensity to the whole thing.
But here's the thing. If you looked past the online noise and the history of the rivalry, this specific game was fascinating. There were so many subplots just simmering right under the surface. This was way more than just a fight for 3 points. Okay, so you had 3 huge stories all crashing into each other on that one pitch. First, all eyes were on the new manager, Ruben Amorim, to see how he was going to shape this United team, which led to the big question, would the new striker, Benjamin Šeško, get the start? And then, on the other side of the ball, Arsenal's forward Viktor Gyökeres was staring down Amorim, the very guy he used to play for. I mean, there was drama everywhere you looked.
So really, you could boil this whole thing down to a showdown between the two strikers. For United, you had Benjamin Šeško, the big new signing, carrying all the hopes of the home crowd. And for Arsenal, Viktor Gyökeres had a major point to prove, not just for his new club, but to the manager and the other dugout. It was a classic setup.
So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the fans. Because with all these storylines swirling around, plus the home field advantage, the belief among the Manchester United supporters, you could feel it. They weren't just hopeful, they were confident.
I mean, that's the ultimate question before any huge game, isn't it? After all the talk, all the hype, who did the people on the ground, the ones who really live and breathe this club, think was going to come out on top? And this right here, this just gets to the absolute heart of what it means to be a fan. It's not about logic, it's not about who's in better form, it's about loyalty. I'm always going to back the bodies. It's just a simple, powerful statement of pure faith.
And there it is, the peak of pre-match expectation. A specific, hopeful prediction, a 2-1 win for Manchester United. This was the dream scenario, right? The perfect start to the season that every single fan in that stadium was picturing.
But then, and I absolutely love this, you get this moment of fantastic self-awareness. Right in that moment of pure hope, he admits that maybe, just maybe, his heart is ruling his head. A little bit of delusion, as he puts it, is kind of part of the deal on opening day. You just have to believe.
So, this is where our whole story pivots. The predictions are in, the hopes are sky high, the expectation is at its absolute peak. But then, the game has to be played. And reality? Well, reality has a funny way of doing its own thing.
All that noise, all that hope, all those fascinating storylines, it all just gets boiled down to 90 minutes of football. And when that final whistle finally blew,
the reality was a 1-0 defeat. The dream of a 2-1 victory, just gone. Instead, it was Arsenal leaving Old Trafford with all 3 points, totally flipping the script on that optimistic narrative that had been building all day. So we're left with this one big lingering question. It's a new season, a new manager, but for a lot of fans, it's a frustratingly familiar result. So what does this mean? Does this one game signal bigger problems ahead for Ruben Amorim's project? Or is it just one bad day at the office? Just a disappointing first chapter in what could still be a really great story? That's the question they'll all be wrestling with until the next match.